Compulsive shopping can be a disorder in which goes hand in hand with alcoholism and eating disorders. For compulsive shoppers, buying something creates a feeling that is related to the exhilaration or high that alcohol induces. Where does compulsive shopping come from? In some cases, people will acquire objects as a way of dealing with their problems and chaos, and the feeling of being out of control. You buy something, you're in control of it, said Benson, a New York psychologist. According to CNN, about 6% of women and 5.5% of men are compulsive buyers. And between 1/3 and 1/2 of compulsive shoppers eventually turn into hoarders. But some buy a lot of objects and get rid of the old ones. Compulsive shopping occurs when your emotional system tells your body that buying things will help you deal with or cover up your feelings. Usually, compulsive shoppers have deeper emotional issues that they are in denial about or feel like they have no control over. Shopping and spending money covers it up by creating momentary happiness after a purchase. This happiness comes from the release of dopamine. Sometimes shopping is what will be holding a person together while they would otherwise be falling apart or falling out of control from their emotional issues. The compulsive shopping and spending acts as an emotional regulation system. Anxiety is experienced while shopping because the person wants to buy anything, but they cannot specifically identify what it is that they are really looking for. This is when the compulsion begins to develop. A shopper with a credit card can easily go into debt because the purchases can easily be forgotten about, and the damage done with a credit card is not evident right away. The opioid and dopamine circuits are triggered in the mind of a compulsive shopper as they spend money. The orbitofrontal cortex regulates how people process and react to emotion, and in the mind of a compulsive shopper, the OFC overvalues the objects that they are purchasing and undervalues the necessities such as food, your living expenses, and providing for your family. Thinking of a new item creates a craving for the new item, and the impulse control is completely neglected. Dopamine is the brain's feel-good chemical, and in the case of compulsive shoppers, they achieve this ultimate high after a purchase. It also shows that a compulsive shopper can be extremely vulnerable when feeling down because they are much more likely to make a purchase in an attempt to lighten their mood. Dopamine is also being released while shopping, and the shopper gets used to this feel-good chemical. And the more shopping that is done, the better the person feels. According to Time magazine, you can tell if you have a compulsive shopping problem when you start to hide your purchases from your family or loved ones. Feeling shame or guilt from your purchases, missing work or obligations to shop, or feeling that shopping is not fun but a necessity. There's a very fine line between treating yourself to something new on a bad day and being a compulsive shopper.